Okay, this is a simple program to create a XML sitemap of your website. It's available on the Mac App Store in the UK for $7.99. I'm not sure what it is internationally. If I go to the About box here a minute, you can see that I am using the latest version at the time I'm making this review, which is 1.4, which hasn't been out for very long at all. If you go to the About box, you can also read a bit about what it is, what it does, and what it doesn't do. As you can see what it does here, such as crawls your website, gives you response time and header status, reports encoding for crawled pages, provides a list of links that has been found on your site. It gives you a report of the status of the links, so are they dead, are they alive? And you can create your sitemap, and basically what it doesn't do is it doesn't find any server-side errors, it doesn't parse JavaScript or jQuery files, it doesn't find any spelling mistakes, of course, although, like it said, that could be handy. And it doesn't obey your robot.txt, but you are crawling a site you own. And that is the key here, depending upon what you want it for. If for some reason you want to crawl other people's websites, you can't. This is purely to crawl your own website that you own. So, when we begin here, you put in a description of your site and the URL. When you do that the very first time, it won't ask you every time, but the first time you do it and you hit crawl, it will give you a simple HTML file with some information in it that you upload to your host. So you will have to own your site and be able to upload to it. You just simply upload the HTML, very quick and simple. Then it knows that you are the actual one that owns the site. It'll then allow you to crawl it. You hit crawl. There's also crawl selected. Create the sitemap once you've crawled your site. Generate an error report of any dead links it may or may not have found, and delete the site from the list if you no longer want it. So let's hit crawl site. I've done this before. So as you can see, I've done it before. It won't give me any message about uploading a verification file. It simply begins. As you can see, the status is up here. It's done 14 pages out of, and how many links is found? There's 220 odd links found so far, over 50 images. It hasn't found any videos on the site. It's on 183 out of 215 total pages found, so it's still busy crawling. A list of links can be found here. These are instant messaging links, so that's why it thinks it's dead, although they seem to work fine. Not sure why it says this one's dead. I have to double check it again, but I'm pretty sure it works. Here's some other examples of some it says are not working, and I don't find any problem with them. I think because the link on the home page is just .. whatever without the whole address, but it works. But for some reason this crawling program doesn't seem to think those work, but they do. That's pretty much it so far, but if I scroll down here, now these were quite handy because it found that it thought some links, like I have a podcast and I linked to a topic I was talking about, which is an indie movie made by a group called Slasher Studios. So I linked to slasherstudios.com, and originally these links here were broken, and it was right, and I didn't know that, so it helped me fix them. But now it's still insisting that these links are still broken. But I go to my site, no matter what computer I go to on, they now work, but yet it still insists that they haven't been fixed. So I'm not sure why that is. I'm pretty sure they're working. And again, originally it didn't have a problem with these, but I think it's because I've added them to the very first page, the index of HTML, and I've linked to them as .. whatever file without the whole address in it. And you click that and it works absolutely fine. In fact, in a minute I may actually go to the website and show you the link I'm on about and show you it works. But apart from that, it does the job very well. The only things I can see that may need tweaked, changed, fixed, whatever, is the fact that it does seem to insist some links are broken when they're not. And as you can see here, we have these three at the top. We have the main URL .com with a slash at the end, one without, and then one which is quite unusual because it's /./ I'm not sure why. And I definitely don't want to include that into my sitemap, and I probably don't really need the extra one with the slash in the sitemap either. So what I do is after I create it, I go to it and just manually remove them from the file and then save it. However, since I don't want these couple, it would be nice if I could right click, which as you can see, right clicking, I'm clicking now, doesn't bring up any options. It would be good if you could right click on this one, say, and maybe select block or exclude, and then it won't put that link into the final sitemap. We're nearly done here. We're on 35 of 215. Media, have I showed you that? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what these are. No URL. I'm not sure what these are that it's finding. I haven't found any problems on my site at all. Not with any images or any media of any kind. So I'm not sure what it's moaning about here. That's the only thing. So maybe a help file might be handy to explain what some errors are. Here are various images it's found on my site. They're not red, which means they are working fine. There's no error. Like I say, then you have a links tab, which will show you some dead links, although I debate they're dead. Mail2 it doesn't recognize, so maybe it could recognize these kind of Mail2 encoded type links. Although I think actually, saying that, I think I know why it's picking up this wrong. It might not be because it's a Mail2 link. It may be because the Mail2 link I've got the address encrypted, so spam bots don't take it and spam me, and the link works great. Just, I think it's sort of tricked this program a little bit, but that's to be expected. So okay, there we go. It's crawled the entire site, 0 left to do. It's found a few errors that I don't think errors, because yes, before it was doing this, the first time I ran this, it was absolutely right. It was, if you went to /studios.com link, it would try to open it like this, like it's shown here at the end of the local URL, which it shouldn't have been doing, but it's no longer doing that on these links. So I'm not sure why it's not, it seems like it's not refreshing. And okay, so once you've done that, that's that done. You can now click here, create sitemap, name it, and I would recommend you probably just stick with sitemap.xml, save it where you want, and then upload it. So I'm going to save that to desktop a second. I am now going to generate a report. Same thing here, just basically select the location, hit save. And that is pretty much it. I'll show you the generated sitemap in just 1 second. Okay, here's the sitemap. Now what I do, I don't want // and I don't want this one. I don't think you need to have one with a slash and one without anyway. So I select at the end of the second URL I don't want, up to the beginning of the first one I don't want, if you see what I mean here. I think you can see what I've done. And I hit backspace. There we go. Now those couple I don't want are gone. I can hit Command S and save and overwrite the changes. And there's your sitemap. It's huge, or at least it is on my site, because there's lots of pages, including various pages for tags on my blog. And there you go. That's it. All you have to do now is upload it to the preferably the main directory of your site. Then we have a report of any errors, any broken links it's found. Like I say, you have these here, which are 404s, means the links are dead. And like I said, I debate that because I've checked it and rechecked it and checked it again and checked it about 10 times. They seem to be working now fine. It seems like this is old information from the first time I crawled the site. At least that's what the impression it is. At least that's the impression it's given me. These are 400. I can't remember what 400 error is. 404 is dead. A dead file, dead link. I'm not sure. I'd have to look up what 400 is. That might be what it is. Maybe actually it's not telling me it's a dead link after all, in which case it could be absolutely right. I'd have to look at code 400 up. So anyway, that's a error report. There's your sitemap. It's very simple, not much to it. So to recap, it's a very simple basic program that you can get on Mac, on the Mac App Store. You simply give it a description, give it your URL, hit crawl, wait patiently, at least if it's a very large site, and then generate your map. And if you don't know if you've got any errors or not, or you do, then generate a report. Or if you realize that it hasn't found any, don't bother. Either way, that's all there is to it. Generate a sitemap, crawl your site, generate a sitemap, end of story. The only suggestion I have really is the creator needs to just double check that its errors are correct and refreshing and updating each time. And it would be handy if there was a way to select a link that you knew you didn't want included in your sitemap, right click, exclude from the sitemap, and then it won't get put in the final generated map. So that's it. Very simple. I'll put a link in the description along with this review video to the website of the person who made it, the page for this product on his site, and I will also put a link to the Mac App Store page as well. So thanks for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe.